It's another Thursday on LGTV 25 UHF, and we want to appreciate you for joining us on this week's edition of the Tax Enlightenment Program in Ogun State. IRS Digest has been powered by the government of Ogun State through the Ogun State Internal Revenue Service. We want to sincerely thank you for the much you've done with the government of Ogun State in the area of tax payment and everything that you have done to really support the government so that dividends of democracy can indeed be delivered in all parts of the Gateway State. I am Adeshino Anedugbe, appreciating you the more for the much you have done for the government of Ogun State. Of course, you remember that some 1 week ago, the Ogun State Internal Revenue Service commenced a process known as Tax Compliance Drive, which essentially was said to be driving for the next 7 weeks in Abeokuta and by extension all parts of Ogun State. And so the exercise has entered its second week, and we shall be bringing you the extent of work that has been done by the various teams that has actually been put in place by the management of the Ogun State Internal Revenue Service. All of this you get to know of after this time out. Thank you for joining us. Let's join hands in building a world of comfort in Ogun State. Pay your taxes and levies today. It pays to do so. Of course, it pays to do so. When you pay your taxes and levies into the coffers of the Ogun State government, together we should be able to build the Ogun State of our dream, as every taxpayer in Ogun State, both corporate and individual, is being seen as partners in progress by the government of the Senator Ibekunle Amosun-led administration. Right away, we serve you an update on the tax compliance drive of the Ogun State Internal Revenue Service. How much more that the administration of Senator Ibekunle Amosun has been able to encourage taxpayers to voluntarily comply with tax laws as provided for in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Mr. Babajide Odubanjo is the chairman of Ogun State Internal Revenue Service. He led various teams in the second week of the exercise. Let's get to watch that.
The Ogun State Internal Revenue Service Tax Compliance Drive, which got underway on Tuesday night, July 2013, has entered the second week, with the exercise recording huge success by the day. Essentially, the exercise is to further draw tax agents in the state, corporate and individual, to their tax responsibilities as provided for in the laws of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Expectedly, the organization's chairman, Mr. Babajide Odubanjo, gave a charge to the various compliance teams as the second week of the exercise took off.
We want to make sure that every taxable adult in Ogun State, as well as our tax agents, comply with the provision of the law. So that is why we've decided to go out en masse to educate and create an awareness to all those persons that I've mentioned, those groups, that indeed there is a zero tolerance in Ogun State for those who do not conform with the provisions of the personal income tax laws, which states that all taxable bodies must remit taxes of their personnel before the 10th day of the following month, and for individuals that all their income from all sources in the preceding year must be brought into account in the following year before the end of the third month. So what we're doing is just going around to sensitize and create an awareness and enlightenment to all taxpayers. That's why you find all our personnel. We have about 5-6 tax stations, Odeda, we have Akiolubade, we have Adigbe, there's Okemoson, a number of others. Like I said, essentially, we're going around the nooks and crannies to make sure that everybody who is a taxable adult and the tax agents comply and conform with the provisions of the law. We also have to continuously create that awareness that is everybody must pay taxes. Everybody, it is your civic responsibility to be able to achieve, to be able to have a say in everything, everything and anything going on in the state. You must also pay your taxes. You have no mouth, you have no right if you do not pay your taxes.
From the organization's corporate headquarters, the teams drove in a convoy round the city of Abeokuta, running through Okemoson, Mortuary Junction, Mo Ashiru Junction, Adaton, Shaje, Lafiaji, Adidotun, Agoika and Lafenwa among others, with a clear message to taxpayers in Abeokuta metropolis and beyond.
There's a zero tolerance for defaulting taxpayers. The state would come down strongly on defaulting taxpayers, those who have earned income, taxable adults who have earned income, corporate bodies, particularly corporate bodies who over the period have benefited from the state and the improvement from the state, who understand that they must remit at a particular date. The state is saying no, this will no longer happen. We will ensure that the full provisions of the law and the penalties, the related penalties, will be brought upon them very, very strongly. It is very important for all taxpayers to also understand that with Ogun State Internal Revenue Service, the compliance drive is going on now, and it will go on for another 9 weeks. However, during the compliance drive, before the compliance drive is over, the team will go around for a major enforcement. And what this means is that the full provisions of the law, the weight of the law will be brought upon defaulting taxpayers. The message we're sending across, which we will hope that all our taxpayers who are our partners in progress must fully understand and must imbibe, is that pay your taxes, your levies and your fees adequately and promptly. There will be a full penalty on all those defaulting taxpayers in the state. It is now zero tolerance for defaulting taxpayers in Ogun State.
The tax compliance drive equally took the chairman, Mr. Babayide Odubanjo, to a number of corporate organizations which include Crescent University, West African Aluminium Company, Corporate Affairs Commission, and several others.
I want to say that we are still not where we want to be. I visited 3 or 4 of these corporate organizations today. We are earlier at Crescent University. Crescent University is an institution that is a private university, and we were very willing to comply with the provisions of the law. Yes, there are a few outstandings that we have, but they made known to us their payment plan, and they've assured us that they will continuously remit to the state and adequately too. I'm in the premises of another production outlet. They call West African Aluminium Products. They also have assured us that they will be very willing to comply with the provisions of the companies of the Personal Income Tax Act.
Why we pay tax, or what our tax is used for.
Remember what schools in Ogun State used to be? How the provided education could not guarantee the future of our children. Aha! See what I mean? Things have changed. We now have modern schools, free education and free textbooks for all students. Taxes are the only ways through which we can strengthen our medium and small-scale industries. The fortune of our Ogun State has greatly improved from what it used to be. We now have new roads, newly constructed bridges, constant electricity, smooth transportation, pipe-borne water, security for life and property, among many others.
My dear people of Ogun State, it is time to work. We should wake up in our responsibility of paying our taxes. Only then can we become true partners in progress.
Ogun State Internal Revenue Service, partners in progress.
Thank you for joining us still on IRS Digest on LGTV 25 UHF. The Ogun State Internal Revenue Service is indeed a true partner in progress, and everyone is being further enlisted to be true partners in progress in the rebuilding mission of the Senator Ibikunle Amosun-led administration. We're still bringing you update on the tax compliance drive of Ogun State Internal Revenue Service, which is taking the organization and its teams to various parts of Abeokuta and other cities within the metropolis. The exercise still has about 6-7 more weeks to go. And so we also spoke with some of the compliance team leaders. Several teams were actually mobilized by the Ogun State Internal Revenue Service to cut across all parts of the state. Some of them spoke to us about the level of cooperation and support they've been able to receive from members of the public, tax agents in particular. Let's listen to them.
Well, we are around Pansheke now. Our beat is Sukoma Okelewo, Pansheke, Adigbe, Kolobo. But I can tell you, because people have heard the awareness beat on radio all around, they are already ready for us. So most people who have paid have their receipts ready for us. For those that have not paid, the compliance level is quite impressive. Because once we get there, all they do is bring out their money, go to the bank, make payments, and it's been really nice. Considering the fact that they see what government has been doing with this money. It's even easier here around Okelewo. You know, the first bridge in Ogun State is around them, so already they see and they are enjoying the benefits of the money they are paying, so it makes it quite easy. Once they pay, the banks are around to give them the teller immediately. All they need to do is take the teller to the nearest office to them to pick up their receipts. There is no challenge about that.
Our people are actually cooperating. We are seeing cooperation from all the taxable adults in Ogun State. Although for a very long time a lot of taxpayers are not interested in paying tax because they don't even know the importance why they should pay. Some people are thinking that it's only the people that are earning monthly pay that are supposed to pay tax. But with this exercise, we have been able to educate and let them know that tax payment is for all taxable adults that are earning income within a year. The exercise has helped people in so many ways. They get to know that it's important for them to pay their taxes and levy to the state government. And also, the state government is carrying out a massive reconstruction now. So they know that the government needs money to finance all these projects. For that reason, people are now paying because they are seeing what they are paying for. They are getting the dividend of democracy, and also that is a kind of response or benefit they derive in paying taxes, because everybody wants to get to his destination easily without any stress, and if the rules are good, the vehicle will be good order and people will get to their destination within the reasonable time. Then people know that it is compulsory for them to pay their taxes, because without these taxes, government cannot do anything.
As a matter of fact, I come to realize that many of Ogun State citizens are very good people that are ready to cooperate with the government, because before this exercise we have tried so much to reach them individually in their shops by serving them assessments, reminding them of their responsibility to the government. And although some are giving excuses that perhaps the market is not going all time and all these things, but surprisingly this exercise we are doing is now bringing them out. We can see some people choosing to pay while we are carrying out this exercise, while some are even begging that they want to meet us in the office tomorrow. I think this is a kind of improvement, and actually we are not out for the real enforcement, but what we are doing now, we are seeing a very positive response from the people. Like you can look around, you see people going near our bus to make some payments and all these things. I think this is the level of compliance we are expecting from our people. Well, I want to encourage others to follow the queue, because you see, like I tell people that I meet, I tell them what the government needs from us is to make sure that we are part of this government. And how can we be part of it? By being responsible and supporting the government with our tax.
You know it's a crime to possess a fake tax clearance certificate in Ogun State? Be a partner in progress with the Ogun State Internal Revenue Service by obtaining your original electronic tax clearance certificate. Please be informed that you can confirm the authenticity of your ETCC both by SMS and online on www.ogunstaterevenue.com. To confirm by SMS, simply text TCC, leave a space, then the ETCC number to 0706 233 5959 or 0802 706 5456. Stop patronizing touts. Possessing a fake certificate is a criminal offense. Don't take that risk. Get an original tax clearance certificate directly from the Ogun State Internal Revenue Service Headquarters Complex, Okemoso, Abeokuta, or any of Ogun State Internal Revenue Service office nearest to you. For more information, visit our website at www.ogunstaterevenue.com or www.oguntax.com. You can also call us on any of our hotlines on 0806 024 0778 or 0807 058 0651. Remember, it's a crime to possess a fake tax clearance certificate. Ogun State payers are partners in progress.
It is indeed a crime to present a fake tax clearance certificate, and so you are further encouraged to ensure that you go to any of the offices of the Ogun State Internal Revenue Service, about 34 of them spread across all parts of Ogun State, or better still, you can go to the corporate headquarters of the organization to do that which is needful as far as the payment of taxes and necessary levies are concerned into the coffers of the Ogun State government. An integral part of the compliance drive being embarked upon by the government of Ogun State through the Ogun State Internal Revenue Service is the Taxpayer Identification Number (TIN) project. And so the chairman of the organization, Mr. Babajide Odubanjo, and the team member at the Ogun State Internal Revenue Service also spoke about how they have been able to effectively fuse this project into the ongoing compliance drive of the organization. Let's also see how things have gone with respect to this.
That we've seen a lot of people coming, as you can see behind me, that they have been coming out to register themselves to obtain the TIN card. So and the people have been coming out, and the crowd has been so enormous since morning. So the turnout is great, and I implore others to join and come over to register themselves. TIN is Taxpayer Identification Number. We have overflogged it. It is the 10-digit number that you are assigned when you register as a taxpayer. No, it's meant for everyone from the age of 18 and above that are taxable entity, people who are eligible to pay tax. Those are the people who get TIN. So the essence is to be able to get an enhanced number, a number that will be common to everyone that pays taxes in the country. So it's a unique number that is common to a person, but it will gather the data of everyone on the same database, so their information can be accessed anywhere in the country, in Nigeria. It reduces double taxation. Once you register here, anywhere you go in the country, it is known that yes, you are registered in Ogun State and you live in Ogun State, that your taxes will be paid to Ogun State. So you will not be double charged elsewhere for taxes. Then also it is easier for the tax authority to locate your files, you know, your details about your tax, your assessment and all that can be traced and can be easily accessed. Your information can easily be accessed. That's one of the things, and it will help the government to be able to plan for its citizens, you know, and so many other things too that comes with it.
I also want to say that as an integral part of the compliance drive is also the TIN. It's the UTIN, is the unique taxpayer identification number. What that is that we're capturing data of all taxable individuals in the state, as well as tax agents, corporate bodies. Now, during this exercise, that is going on, and I want to thank all those who have come out. The response has been very, it has been phenomenal. It's been impressive. A lot of people have approached us. Those who over the months have been come to our tax stations. So they've taken the opportunity of this exercise to meet us at during this drive, as the train, the Ogun State's entire revenue train, so to speak, has been moving around. They've been approaching us. Now, what we are saying is that as soon as they've been captured, what we've done is to ensure that our personnel come back to those locations also. They come back to those locations and have been giving them this card. This has been done at Kuto, this has been done at Pansheke, and I will also say that in the same regard, I expect that those who may not have obtained their cards during this exercise, even after being captured, can also approach any of our tax stations, the one closest to their immediate location, and obtain their TIN cards.
Of course, that's all we have for you on today's edition of the program IRS Digest on LGTV 25 UHF. You listen to the chairman of the Ogun State Internal Revenue Service there, and of course, the team member at the Ogun State Internal Revenue Service with respect to taxpayer identification number scheme. All you need to do is to continue to do the needful and support the government of Ogun State by voluntarily and promptly to paying your taxes and levies into the coffers of the government of Ogun State. We leave you with the tax station addresses of the Ogun State Internal Revenue Service in the border areas of the state. Those of you who are living in states that are very much close to, such towns that are close to neighboring states in Ogun State rather, we want you to know where all these offices are so that you can go there and ask for whatever support that you may need with respect to paying your taxes and levies into the coffers of the government. I am Adeshino Anidugbe, thanking you for being a true partner in progress. Bye for now.